Just like in his other fights, his well-timed stiff jab was present in this rematch. It landed many times on Canelo's head and it helped him not only to score points but to bust him up too. The variety of jab feints helped him land a fair share of punches as well, by making Canelo widen his guard, lift up his guard, tighten his guard, lower his guard or extend his lead arm, and by triggering Canelo's counters. Another tool in Golovkin's bag of tricks is a vertical jab where Golovkin steps to the left with his lead foot, and as his jab is reaching its full extension he pivots on his foot. Throwing it vertically makes it easier and quicker to jab on the pivot. But before describing the most important type of jab Triple G was using in this fight, notice how when initiating the exchanges, Canelo was starting from a front foot heavy position, his upper body leaning over his lead foot, whether he was setting a trap, feinting, throwing hooks, stepping at the angles and pivoting. Or jabbing. So when Canelo would step over his lead foot, Golovkin would minimize his opportunities to attack by jabbing at his lead glove. Beside a few jabs aimed directly at Canelo's lead glove, Golovkin was constantly aiming the right side of Canelo's face with the last two knuckles of his fist when jabbing, so the jab would end up sliding over to Canelo's lead hand after hitting the target. After jabbing at Canelo, notice how Triple G does not bring his glove right back into his guard. Instead, he leaves his forearm in front of Canelo's lead arm for a split second to prevent a possible counter before he steps out of range. And he does the same thing as he's closing the distance too. Or he can parry down Canelo's counter jab after landing his own. He was able to score points and or do damage to Canelo with those last two knuckles of his fist by landing single jabs. He was able to slap down or push away Canelo's lead glove in order to find the room for his right hand. Or to simply confuse and distract him before setting him up with something else. But the most importantly, to provoke Canelo's counter punches by triggering his catch and shoot reflex. Golovkin would then time those openings with his own counters. Which was the same thing he was doing in their first fight as well. Although he was doing it way more often in the rematch. Plus, unlike in the first fight where beside the jabs, he was mostly timing Canelo's lead hand with looping and overhand rights. This time he was setting him up for the right hand uppercuts all night long. Canelo was also able to defend from it plenty of times without taking a bait. The reason behind it is Canelo's constant awareness of the opponent's rear hand, even while having their lead hand stuck in his face. This is the very reason why Canelo is always struggling with lead hand punches of his opponents. So whenever Golovkin chose to time him with short left hooks and uppercuts instead of right uppercuts, he was catching him flush. The proof of how effective were Golovkin's jabs is that even Canelo himself started using them at one point of the fight.
左ジャブ